welcome back to KAMMA. I'm Khalil Deal.
I'm Andio.
And we are KAMMA, about to talk about UFC 317, our final thoughts, and predictions and face-offs for the prelims. Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira. And we're going to talk about the first fight of the prelims, Jonata Deniz versus Alvin Hines. So, I'm super hyped, man, after watching the face-offs. Andy, who do you have after watching the face-offs, man, between these two?
Yeah, here I got to stick with Jonata Deniz, man. I think he's just going to be too much on the feet again for Alvin Hines here, who looked to be in pretty good shape himself coming in on short notice. But I don't think his striking is that good, and I think he may get tired out. And Deniz has enough experience in the UFC right now. I think he's going to know what to expect here from this new guy coming up and teach him a lesson on the feet. So give me Deniz by knockout or decision.
Yeah, man, I'm still in agreement with you too. I got to go with Jonata Deniz, man. Alvin Hines, though, man, he's a fucking big dude, man. Like, this guy is pretty big. He's pretty thick. He's in decent shape. Jonata Deniz, he's a little bit more ripped and leaner, I find. And he's obviously taller, as you can see here, than Alvin Hines. But yeah, Jonata Deniz looks good, man. I'm just worried a little bit about Alvin Hines, just in case this guy uses his wrestling and manages to take down Jonata Deniz. That could be a problem. So that's the only thing I'm kind of worried about. But if Jonata Deniz keeps this fight standing, man, if he keeps the fight on the feet, with his knockout power and his Muay Thai and the way he fights, I think he could get the win here by knockout or decision. So I'm going to stick with Jonata Deniz by knockout or decision. But like I said, man, Alvin Hines is definitely, he looks pretty dangerous. And with the size of him, like you can see, he's a bit thicker than Jonata Deniz here, man. He's much thicker and bigger than him, but Jonata Deniz is a bit leaner. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'll go with Jonata Deniz by knockout or decision. So let's move on up to the second fight. We got Nico Price versus Jacoby Smith. So for this one here, man, Jacoby Smith is a physical specimen, man. He's shredded. He's muscular and ripped. As you can see here, man, when he came out in the face-offs, I couldn't believe how ripped and amazing shape this guy's in. But Nico Price, man, he's also in good shape, man, but nothing compared to Jacoby Smith. Nico Smith, you can see here, is a little bit taller than Jacoby Smith, but Jacoby Smith, man, I gotta take him to win, man. I think he gets the finish here, man. I got him winning by knockout or decision. I know he has no subs in his career. He's never subbed anybody, but he can definitely get a knockout for sure here. So I'm going to go with knockout or decision for Jacoby Smith, man. He's just in much crazy physical shape, much better shape. He's 29 years old. Nico Price, 35 years old, lost 3 out of his last 5 fights. I think Jacoby Smith's got this one in the bag, man.
Yeah, I think Nico Price is kind of on the wash side here. He seems more sloppy than he used to before. Although he was always unorthodox and never the most technical guy out there anyway. His only chance in this one to me is to get a wild victory, like a kick-up win like he's done in the past, or somehow Jacoby Smith gets tired in the third round or something like that if he can last that long. But yeah, I don't know if the commentators are. I predict the commentators won't be able to start talking about the amount of kids Nico Price has before Jacoby Smith knocks him out. How's that?
Why? How many kids does he have?
I think he has like 7 or something, and they seem to always bring it up with him, And it's not even that impressive in the sports world if you think about it,
Yeah, seriously.
You hear these other guys having 15, 16 kids, and I don't know. I guess they just ran out of things to say about Nico Price. Great in the room kind of comment. But he's such a nice guy. He's such a nice guy. But I don't think he's going to win this fight. So give me a knockout for Jacoby Smith.
Yeah, man, and plus he's much skinnier too than Jacoby Smith here too. You can see Jacoby Smith is much bigger, man.
But he's in good shape.
He
He's a
is.
good
He looks really good. He looks really
and
good.
he's always going to come in there wanting to scrap, you know. So even Jacoby Smith can't completely overlook him. You can. It's a professional fight, you know.
Yeah, I mean the line is absolutely insane how wide it is. All right, so we're in agreement with this one, Jacoby Smith by knockout or decision. Let's move on up to the next fight here. We got Terrence McKinney versus fucking Slava Claus here. What the fuck is he doing with the Santa Claus hat, man?
You know, but I thought
But it's not Christmas here.
even on the what you had up there, he only had Slava, so I thought he dropped the Santa Claus until I saw him with his hat here. Uh, Personally, I hope Terrence McKinney destroys Slava Claus, and I think it's possible. I don't want to see this fight get extended. Terrence McKinney has been knocked out 5 times, so I want to see McKinney fight like he normally fights, like really like a house on fire, but immediately go for those takedowns and get him down. Borshev can be taken down and try to get him out from there. Probably, well, go for the sub, but as soon as possible, McKinney, you know, because Borshev can knock this guy out if McKinney starts to get tired and doesn't get the finish. So yeah, give me McKinney by a knockout or sub.
Yeah, man, I'm definitely on board. I gotta go with McKinney, man. Slava Claus coming out with that stupid Santa Claus hat, man. I gotta say though, he is in good shape though. You can see here he's got abs. He's pretty ripped. He's pretty muscular and hairy. Holy shit! You can see his chest how hairy he is there. Uh,
It's
but
the summertime.
But Terrence McKinney, man, way better shape. You can see he's super lean. He's super muscular. He's in great shape. He's also ripped as well. But you can see Slava Claus is a little bit taller by like an inch there. So it was actually accurate there. He's 5'11", and McKinney is 5'10". But yeah, I still got to go with McKinney, man. I think he's way more dangerous. And of course, the grappling threat, the submission threat. You know that McKinney could take down Slava Claus. Slava Claus looks shitty on the ground.
The fact that Claus always gets a little rocked very early in the fight against anybody.
Exactly, and you know Terrence McKinney's going to come out there like a bat out of hell. He's going to fucking come charging. He's super explosive, super dynamic, and he's amazing to watch, man. I can't wait to see what he does, man. He might even come out with like something crazy like a flying knee or something crazy. Who knows? But yeah, I got Terrence McKinney by finish, knockout or submission, and in the first round too. Probably
Yeah.
in under 1.5 rounds for sure. All right, so we're both in agreement with this one. Let's move on up to the next fight. The ladies going at it. We got Vivian Arroyo versus Tracy Cortez here. Man. So for this one, I got to go with Tracy Cortez. Looking at these two here, I gotta say though, Vivian Arroyo is in amazing shape, man. Like she is fucking super fucking ripped and muscular. And you can see here even her arms there. She's super ripped. She's got abs and everything. But Tracy Cortez is a little bit thicker. You can see here she's thicker. Even look at her arm here. She's a little bit thicker than Vivian Arroyo. Obviously, she's still in good shape as well, Tracy Cortez. But like I said, and the height is almost the same. I mean, Vivian looks like maybe an inch taller, so that's pretty accurate there. They have her being actually they have Arroyo being an inch shorter than Cortez, and that's probably not accurate because it looks like they're pretty much the same height.
Yeah, I also want to point out that I noticed for this event they all were wearing those standard shoes that were probably given to them by the UFC, right?
Yeah.
So we get like a perfect idea of their heights here.
Exactly. So maybe Arroyo looks a tiny bit taller, but yeah, she's definitely more ripped and muscular. But Arroyo is thicker and also in great shape. I got to go with Tracy Cortez is thicker and in good shape. But I got to go with Tracy Cortez, man. I think that she's gonna win with her grappling, man. She's good at takedowns. She's got to get Vivian Arroyo to the ground, get control time, stay on top of her, use that ground and pound while she's on top of her. She's not really much of a finisher. She wins a lot of decisions based on takedowns and volume. She is a good boxer. I'm going to go with Tracy Cortez by decision. Not the utmost confidence in her, though.
Yeah, I've heard varying opinions on who the better striker is, but I still say Arroyo is, and she has more power on top of more finishing ability in general. I really think Tracy Cortez emotionally was holding it together, as she always does here. And I think it's possible that she could like be on the downslide of her whole career after losing the Thug Rose. But about the fight itself, I think Arroyo, she has to stay on her feet for the first round, especially stop those early takedowns. And she is good at stopping takedowns, especially early on. The problem is getting tired here for her. But it is a 3-round fight. I think if she keeps Tracy Cortez away, uses her jab, precise striking, smart striking, don't expend too much energy, and keep her off of her, stay off the ground, I think Arroyo's going to come up. I think she wants one more crack, like one final run, because she's getting up there, but she looks really good, and she looks pumped up for this fight. So give me Arroyo by knockout or decision.
All right, so we're in disagreement still with this one here. All right, so let's get to the next fight, which is the main event of the prelims here. We got Hyder Emil versus Jose Delgado. If you guys haven't already, please hit that like button and subscribe.
Yeah, this fight could be fight of the night. It's possible. These guys are going to go after each other. They like to forward pressure, but I'm going to give the nod to Delgado here because I like his varied striking. I think Emil is more one-dimensional, and I think the fact that he's a bigger, taller guy here, I think it's gonna help him with his flashier moves with that reach advantage here. But really, this is a tough fight to call. I think Delgado has it though. He's a real finisher also. He has 9 finishes, right?
Yeah, yeah. All of his fights have been by finish. He's got 5 knockouts, 4 submissions out of his 9 wins.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance for this fight to end in a finish either way. So I'm giving the nod to Delgado here by knockout or sub. But he's more of a striker, right? So more likely a knockout for him. But his jiu-jitsu is good. It's his wrestling that kind of sucks, I find.
Yeah, man. Again, me and you were in disagreement with this one, man. I'm going with Hyder Emil here. Looking at the face-offs, I am a bit worried though because Jose Delgado is much taller than Hyder Emil. Obviously Jose Delgado is in good shape. He's pretty lean. He's tall, but Hyder Emil is much bigger, man. I don't know if you saw. I know he's got that flag here. You can't really see here, but when I saw him in the weigh-ins and coming out there in the face-offs, you can see he's much bigger than Jose Delgado. He's thicker. He's bigger. He's more muscular. He's also ripped too, so he's in good shape. I think he looks like he could be a bit stronger too, man. So I think that Jose Delgado is going to come out flying and moving forward too quickly with his crazy forward pressure and attacking. And I think Hyder Emil is going to clip him, man. I think he's going to land a big punch and clip him, man, and get that win.
He can get a little wild sometimes, Emil. Remember, so.
That is true, but I'm going to go with Hyder Emil to win by knockout or decision. I think that he can either knock him out or just land more punches, more significant strikes, basically, is what I think he's going to do. I think he's going to do more damage than Delgado. Delgado might get more volume over Hyder Emil, but I think Hyder Emil is going to have the more damaging strikes. And that's what I think he'll get the win if he wins by decision because of the damage here.
I think Emil's wrestling is also better.
Yeah, he's got some takedowns too and some good wrestling, but Delgado does too. So this should be a very good fight. I'm going with the dog in this one, man, Hyder Emil. Okay. All right, so there you have it, folks. Our final prediction, thoughts, and face-offs for the prelims. Like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the main card coming up next. Peace out, folks. KAMMA. Let's get it.